my stuff back. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, my green screen. Well, let me do it on Samsung. The only thing I found positive about an iPhone is my backgrounds when I'm like this. So I'm just going to have to grin and bear it. I hate iPhones. I'm giving them up. Hopefully Samsung does a background option on theirs. Potentially. But if they don't, they don't. Hi guys, I'm Bullhorn Betty. This is the Bullhorn Betty channel where we cover true crime. And right now we've been kind of getting political because quite frankly, politics has been taking center stage across all different genres out there. Hey Melanie, it's nice to see you. Good evening. Eeyore Blues, it's nice to see you. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button as you guys make your way into the chat. That really does help if you find this interesting. Please don't forget to share it along. This is a true crime channel. You wouldn't know based on some of the commentary we've had for the last couple weeks as the political violence has really kind of geared up to an all-time high that we've ever seen, at least in our lifetime. At least for me, that's the way I feel. JH, it's nice to see you. Deanna, Vicky, good evening. Riding solo, Gwen, it's nice to see you. Teresa, good evening. Denise, Jamie, Leslie, it's nice to see you all. It's nice to see you all. So what we're finding out this evening is, as you know, a lot of horrible rhetoric has been said about ICE. We have laws in this country, and those laws are very, very specific. And if we're going to say no one is above the law, we have to truly mean no one is above the law. There should not be a two-tiered system here in this country. And at the end of the day, we do have immigration laws that have been thwarted for many years, which allowed a lot of people to rush over our border and infiltrate our communities to the tune of at least, or minimum, some range, around 25 million people that we don't even know who they are or where they came from. We've had an uptick in violence. We've had people being released out on the streets that should be in prison. And we have to get this system, this situation under control. And so there are federal immigration laws that have been thwarted for years that now are being utilized to get everybody rounded up and out of our country so we can figure out what is going on. So if anybody should be mad, they should be mad at Congress. They should not be mad at our ICE agents that are only enforcing the laws that have been on the book for literally decades. Decades. And if people really had a problem with these laws, then why didn't they change them before it got to this point, before it enabled ICE to be able to go and get them? It seems like nobody really cared about changing the laws when they had the opportunity. But now that we had 25 million surge across our borders, we need to get them out of here. It has become a national threat, as many are seeing. And then, of course, we have local people like Antifa that are coming out and being violent to those very ICE agents because of the situation that has been created by the rhetoric and the narratives driven, as if these officers are conducting themselves illegally. And I would like and beg for people to provide some receipts if they truly believe ICE is violating the law. You will find that everybody that's complaining about ICE is lying to you about what they are doing and whether or not they have the rights to do it. Of course they do. Of course they do. So the rhetoric is only to try to incite people to be violent toward ICE. I can't figure out any other reason other than that. But it has hit an all-time high, of course, in Portland, where they have the most Antifa related. Basically, Antifa has taken over Portland. We've known that for years, and it has just gone unchecked. Well, it has gotten to the point where they are assaulting and causing such harm to our agents out there that President Donald Trump, has now authorized the military to use full force in Portland. The president wrote on Truth Social he was directing the Defense Department to send troops to Oregon, which Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is going to be sending, and they most likely have already arrived to Portland. He said Saturday on Truth Social, making an extraordinary pronouncement that he is green lighting the use of full force if necessary in an American city. So this is a very huge deal, despite what people might want to think, because Antifa has been designated as I almost got seriously hurt by Antifa. Yes, bless mama. But, there is, they have been designated a terrorist organization. So was the narco terrorist from Venezuela. Are you guys getting it? We've seen what they've done to the boats, and President Donald J. Trump has just green light full force. I pray to God that these people, Antifa or whatever thugs they think they are, they better get a clue, because the people that President Donald Trump just gave a green light to, they don't mess around. Okay? They're not equipped like we are. They're equipped to see a threat and execute that threat. Okay, that's it. That's what they're trained to do. That's what our military is trained to do. So I hope that these kids, and I'm going to call them kids because they're punks, they better check themselves. And parents, if you know your children are out here in Portland doing this kind of stuff, you need to get their butts off those streets. This is no joke. But nobody's going to feel sorry if it's your child or you. Sorry, I'm not going to feel sorry. You put yourself in a situation, you're associated with bad people that are doing terrible things, that are being unreasonable. We do not take the law into our own hands. That has been the, Portland government is Antifa. I get it. But if that's the case, that whole community is about to be taken over. They cannot be ran by terrorists, domestic terrorists, and that's what they have been identified as. So, full force if necessary. At the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I'm directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland. Do you notice how what the language that they're using? They're using in these articles and in their statement, war-ravaged Portland. This is how they're able to go in there with our troops to protect that area and our ICE facilities under siege from the attack by Antifa. You guys see, and other domestic terrorists. So you see the language that they're using here. They are identifying them as terrorists. They're going to treat them as terrorists. Further details about the president's actions weren't immediately clear, including what legal authority, I can tell you it's wartime authority, what legal authority the president would rely on to authorize full force. I mean, I don't know about you, but this isn't the America I signed up for. Like, I don't travel the world, right? You guys know that. I don't even have a passport. I don't want to go to Mexico, right? I don't want to go anywhere that's outside of the United States of America. Why? Because I'm Bullhorn Betty. I do my research, and I know I'm the safest right here in this country than I am anywhere in the world. Okay? And I kind of feel really snuggly right up in Florida because, Florida has some common sense and leaders that have common sense. Right? And future leaders of Florida that have common sense, okay? This kind of shit here, let me just break it down to you folks in the back, would never happen in Florida, okay? This would never happen in Florida, but it's happening in Oregon. And of course, the mayor, the snooty, no-haired lady, right? We don't need any help, It's peaceful protest here in Oregon. We don't need the president's help. We're not ducking, Molotov cocktails cocktails here. We're just ducking the fireworks. The local fireworks. We don't need your help, President Trump. Not at all. Not at all, please. Please. You know, just like that. I still never get over that one time we were watching the news and that guy, I don't know who was out there. He's trying to convince the world that this Summer of Love protest is mostly peaceful. And he's like, yeah, you know, a lot of people are, it's just mostly peaceful out here. No problems whatsoever. Has this burning vehicle. It's just, you know, rolling behind him as he's trying to keep a straight face and say, hey, you know, it's peaceful out here. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I think we realize why we're going into Portland. And it starts going over here. Further, the details about the president's actions were not immediately cleared, you know, obviously, and include what legal authority he would, but full force of the military in Oregon. A federal law, that's the Posse, I can't pronounce these words, Comitatus Act of 1878 generally bars the president from using federal troops to enforce domestic law. This is not domestic law. They were foreign terrorists. I love how Politico, of all places, now, mind you guys, Politico is intentionally being stupid, and I'll tell you why. Politico has a lot of brainiac attorneys that work for them, okay? And they absolutely know that this 1878 Act is superficial to wartime acts, especially on our homeland, on our own land. You know, domestic terrorism on our own land, it requires our own federal troops. So this Politico is intentionally being ignorant here, and I don't understand why. Outside of just to mislead the people that are reading this because they think America's too stupid to actually go and look at this. So we've got that. It says, the order came as a surprise to many in the Pentagon. See, I doubt that highly. The only people it comes to a surprise to are the people that are in the in circle, probably because people are very concerned about their loyalty and the leaking problem. So if anybody's a little surprised, I'm sure they're just not on the inside anymore, okay? It's probably a little shock to them that nobody trusts them anymore. One official was granted anonymity to discuss the order candidly, said they expected it to be National Guard's mission that would look similar to Los Angeles and Washington, which was focused on supporting federal and local enforcement by doing logistics and not much more. The official was unclear on what the president's claim full force, because this is going on outside of the facility. Okay, I just took this picture off an online thing. Like, this is happening outside of the facility. I don't know about you, but I want the National Guards to put a rest to this. We're a true crime community. We're a true crime channel. We believe in law and order. This is from a third world country. This is not in America. And if it's going on in America, we put an end to this kind of crap going on in America. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. We do not put up with this shit in America. Okay, period. I don't know who the hell people think they are. This is not going on anywhere in this country. And if you've got a problem that some type of National Guards are going in here, then you pack your ass up and go stay in that area. And until you go and live a night in that area, shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down. This place needs help. This place needs God. This place needs the National Guards. So one official who was granted anonymity, we got all that down. Governor, of course, this is it, Tina. Why is it, I'm sorry, and this is going to sound really horrible, hate me, love me, whatever. Why does it always seem like the liberal gay woman is always kicking up a fuss? This woman, I don't know where she comes from, but we've had these women that look like this, that act like this. Why always these women? I do not like women in these positions. And trust me, I'm fair on both sides. So I don't want to hear you guys telling me I'm a sexist or whatever. I may be a sexist. I don't know. All I know is I'm a female, and there's just some positions that I don't think women should be in. Why? Because they're emotional. They want to be liked. They have no backbone or balls. You need an alpha female. This woman is far from being an alpha female, okay? She may think she is. Butch doesn't make you alpha, okay, pumpkin? I just want to let you know, okay? I'm just saying, Butch doesn't make you alpha. So definitely she has no business being governor. Whoever put her, I know who put her in governorship. It's all those illegal people that she's trying to make sure doesn't leave her county. That's why they're fighting for these illegals so bad. That was their voting. Prove me wrong, folks. Prove me wrong. I know there's a lot of people that don't like my commentary in here lately. A lot of people. But that's okay. Prove me wrong. You won't be able to. I'll always be on the right side of an argument. I'll always be on the right side of history. Believe that. So, Portland is doing just fine, she told reporters. Okay? Miss Tina Kotex. Does she truly have the last name of a tampon? Where the hell is my laughing button at this point? Does this governor really have the last name? Oh. Let me read her last name again. Did it say Kotex? Do I have it wrong? Hold on. What's her name? Yes, she does, they said. I thought I read that wrong. Holy shit. I gotta find it. I lost it. I started laughing so hard I hit something and it moved. Kotex. It's spelled a little different. Hers is spelled with a K in it instead of an X. That's so unprofessional of me. I'm crying. It really gives a different meaning when you say take that and shove it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm a native to Oregon. Please don't kill me. Oh, good gracious. Sorry. I'm dying over here. Okay, I need to stop. I got myself going. I'm a native of Oregon, and Portland is my home city. I am so sorry. I moved to Texas in 2020 because it's gotten so bad. So many people are leaving the state. Everyone is sick of it. It's out of control. Oh, my heart breaks for you guys. It really does. But you know what? I hope you guys learn that your votes matter. You guys see what happened. If you had voted in strong politicians, what would have happened? Would you have had to flee your home? Right? That's your home. I don't think any American in the United States should ever feel unsafe in their home state. I live 10 or 15 minutes from where I was born. I took my first breath 10 or 15 minutes away from my home where I'm sitting right now. I think everybody should have that ability. Not that everybody wants it. Some people, they hate small towns or they hate big towns. They want to move away as soon as possible. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the people that want to be in the same place that they were at. If they wanted to be 15 minutes, you didn't have that choice. And the beauty about America is the choices. And they robbed you of that. So I'm very, very sorry about that. But you know what? Maybe Miss Tampon, I'm not making light. I cannot believe you've got a governor named after a freaking tampon. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm going to quite get over that, okay? I mean, heavens to Betsy. Hi. Hi, Tina. I'm being good, kind of, sort of. A little bit. I almost want to go to Portland, I almost want to go to Portland. I'd be terrified. I'm telling you, I would be absolutely terrified. But you know what? I'd probably be, they'd be ready to beat me up. I don't know. I think it's worth the hospital, the trip. I almost maybe we'll put some, skateboard gear on. I don't want to go like full, army, SWAT stuff, but I'm thinking maybe a few little pads on the elbows and knees, and maybe a helmet, and go in there with "I love Trump" sign, just to really irritate them. I've never been an agitator before. It's an agitator for the good guys, not the Antifas. But Antifa kind of scares me with those Mata cocktails. I don't know. Maybe we need to invest in a anti-flammable suit. Ooh. Instead of it being Teflon Don, it's going to be Teflon Betty. We need an engineer. We need an engineer, but apparently these crazies, these left-wing nuts are bringing the engineers on board for their shooting skills, apparently. I don't know, but we need an engineer because I need a fire suit with built-in sprinklers, right? We're gonna need a suit with some built-in sprinklers, so when I'm out there with my "I love Trump" sign and Antifa decides to firebomb me, my suit will start spraying water. I'm just saying, might as well get creative, might as well be proactive. I mean, we're already thinking ahead of what might happen. I think it's a good thing. I'm a Republican. No one voted these people. Oh, wow. Oregon is one of the states with declining population because so many people are leaving. You crack me up. It's actually Kotek. Call her Kotex. But it just seems so much better, right? I mean, come on. She's going to be called the tampon from this point forward. She was debuted on the Bullhorn Betty show, okay? Now the governor's, she's going to always forever from this point forward be known as a tampon. I wonder if you pull the string if she'll just go away. Okay, oh, okay, that was too bad. Okay, sorry. Okay, I didn't mean. Okay, enough of the funny. Sorry, I got to the Governor Maxi Pat. Guys, we're getting crazy. We're getting crazy up in here. Okay. Maybe it's the fresh shower. Maybe it's the steam. Maybe I got too much steam in the old brain. I don't know what it is, okay? Maybe it's that. My best friend made me eat a lot today. It might be my blood sugar. It really... SRK, it's nice to see you. Betty, I live an hour east of Portland. My grandkids live there. It's slogan, keep Portland weird. Being weird's one thing, but being violent's another. I'm sorry. I can deal with weird any day. I think anybody can deal with weird. We just kind of look and say, okay, But weird and violent, I think anybody in Portland would appreciate weird at this point. But they're not getting weird. They're getting brutalized out there. I watched a video a few years ago of this little old lady taking her dog out, and some big thug dressed in black looked at her and told her to get the F in her house. And I'm thinking, I don't give a crap how burly you are. You ever talk to my mama like that? Let me tell you something. I'm not nope. Like I said, I'm half holy, half hood. You can pray with me, but don't play with me. I'm telling you, I don't know how so many people just bow down, because I just don't have that in my body. I don't know if somebody talked to me like that, how in the hell I would be able to bite my tongue. I just don't, I don't know. I don't know. The prior governor, Kate Brown, was just as bad. Well, it's the liberal judge, Tina Tampon, just kind of slid her away. Oh my God, I'm dying. I am dying, okay? I don't know. I'm in tears. But by tomorrow's show, my eyes are going to be swollen. I have cried so much. Yes, she was just as bad. Oh, dear goodness. Well, I feel for you guys. I really do. I don't know what to tell you. I would demand to end mail-in voting. I mean, save your state. Boot these crazy people out. I don't know. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So, Governor Tampon said Saturday afternoon at a press conference that she spoke with Trump and Nome in separate calls in the morning, and she reiterated her view that Portland is not in need of any type of federal intervention. None at all. She doesn't see any reason why there needs to be any type of intervention whatsoever. I mean, none whatsoever. She can't figure it out. She just can't figure out why anybody would think that she needs any help. I'm sorry. Your state doesn't need any help when it doesn't affect our federal officers. When you can't control your citizens while we're doing federal work in your state, then yeah, we need to send people in that will actually protect our federal agents, because I can tell you, as a taxpayer and a law-abiding citizen and one that backs the blue, there is something that I can't stand more than anything, and that is somebody abusing law enforcement. Okay? Period. Because they don't get paid a whole lot of money to put their lives in danger. And I'm sorry, if you don't value human life, well, I do. Okay? The people that don't value human life, I'm not going to value their human life, but I am going to value the human lives of the people around them. So this is a situation where it's a life or death situation, and it's a life or death situation for not only our federal agents, but the people that they are detaining. So I absolutely support this. If the governor can't get her own shit in order, maybe she needs a couple more tampons. I'm unsure, okay? But what I'm going to say right now is her BS. She can take it and shove it where the sun don't shine, with no string attached. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. So that is where we are with that. So it sounds like it's being toned down. I don't think it's as toned down. I think Trump he's willing, if people touch his officers, if we have to watch this, I don't want to watch this. I've already told you guys my stance on it. Like, these officers are going in, people are stopping their truck, run them over. Right? People will not learn their lesson until they see the results and the repercussions of their actions. And sometimes you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. What I mean by that is there's no reason why they need to encroach into the roadway or stop vehicles. They have a right to be on public property, and I'm sorry, you're in the roadway, you could potentially cause harm to one of our agents. They deserve to run you over. If you're stupid enough to put yourself in front of a 5,000-pound machine, you're stupid enough for our first responders to have to clean your ass up off the road. That's where I'm coming from. Okay? You don't want stupid prizes, don't play stupid games. And this is one of the things, no matter what, I would never, ever, ever, ever surround a vehicle. And I will promise you, if you ever see a crazy lady with a bullhorn, don't surround her vehicle, because she doesn't care what the law is there. If you threaten her life, she's running your ass over. Okay? And I know there's a lot more people just like me. And people, don't be scared to use that gas pedal. Somebody's putting your life in danger. The best place you can be is with that vehicle. That vehicle is the biggest weapon you got against people on the outside. But don't be scared to hit that gas pedal, because I damn sure will tell you, somebody gets in front of my car, makes me fear for my life, or makes me feel like you're about to attack me, I'm running your ass over. Okay? I don't really care what my consequences are, because at the end of the day, I will be alive. I will be breathing air, which is probably going to be more than I could say for you. That's the way I feel that the ICE agent should be. You get in front of their vehicle, bye. We'll call your family to tell them where to pick up your body. Okay? And It also sounds like they're over the Chicago crap as well. So Chicago is if they can't get Chicago under wraps, I have a funny feeling they're going to take Chicago in. I saw a guy. Now, to each their own. Okay, you want to protest. I don't know if a protest is getting violent. I would never be in the streets. I would never be part of the violence, even if I was there for good reasons or whatever the case may be, because you guys know I'm a professional protester. So I wouldn't have a problem being out there on the roads with my sign or anything like that. But when it starts getting to the point where somebody's taking off their shirt and they literally have 50 ball-size pepper crap all up and down their back, like, I don't know if that, no matter what cause I'm doing, that it would be worth that. I would never put my body or myself through that. And the reason why they're going through that is because they're not following the law. They're just not. So what do you do? I really don't know. But I think Chicago, if they're going to keep beating the hell out of our ICE agents in the vehicle and doing property damage, sorry, not sorry. Get in front of the vehicle, run their ass over. I don't know what to tell you. If you're that dumb, well, you can't fix stupidity in America, okay? You can run it over, but you can't fix it. Maybe Governor Tampon's got some suggestions. I don't know. We got a Sheriff Snuggle Struggles and a Governor Tampon. And it's not even a Tim. It's not even a tampon Tim. It's just a tampon. Governor Tampon. Soros, we know Soros is behind it. They're closing in on Soros pretty soon. I think they're going to catch him up on Rico. I really do. They've got him. I think they've got him. Because, he, you know me, it's not always about, Antifa is very strong. I know, I've seen stuff out there for years. I don't know how people put up with it. Like, I'd be dead. I know Antifa would have killed me if I lived in that area, because I wouldn't, I don't, no, nope. I feel like I would be a body somewhere, because there's no way. I could not live like that. My mouth, there's no way. I know myself. I know who I am. I know my mouth. I know how I am around here. Like, just, nah. Cousin Kotex and tampon walls. Symbols. Oh, God. You guys, we need to start doing some billboards, babe. I mean, we need to run some ads, some Blipboard ads, because we're coming up with some really clever stuff. They would be so catchy. Just the idea of a tampon. People would never vote for Tina again. I'm sorry, they just wouldn't. Nobody's going to the ballot box for a tampon. I'm sorry. Arkansas, it's nice to see you. I don't know how we managed to have such a party on such a weird topic. But I'm sorry, I did not know the governor's last name. It just took me off guard, guys. It just took me off guard. And then it's kind of sounds the same way. And then we're talking, it's just, you guys missed it. You're going to have to go back and find it. The governor of Oregon is Tampax, or no, not Tampax, sorry. It's Kotex. Kotek. Her name's Kotek. I think her name's Kotek. It's like Kotex, the tampon. And so we got on this kick, anyways. We've just been having a ball over here over this idiot governor that says she doesn't need help, that it's mostly peaceful. It's mostly peaceful in Oregon, nothing to see over here. You know how it goes. The typical Antifa communities, this is normal for them. It's a little shocking for the rest of America because it looks like a third world country, but apparently in Portland, Oregon, this is normal. This is just an average day in Portland, Oregon. Nothing to see over here at all. according to Governor Tampon. I'm not even going to start going and insulting the whole party, talking about them being complete asses. I mean, they know themselves so well, they decided to use it as a logo. I mean, like, that should have been the first clue. I need some help, Governor Tampon. Governor Kotex. We got cleanup on aisle 3. It's going to need a little more than a bucket. I'm just saying. I didn't vote for it, just saying. It doesn't sound like a lot of people voted for it, but that's even more of the reason why you got to get these illegals out. They've been using these illegals to steal votes. They've been using these illegals to steal votes. That's why they've been giving them driver's licenses, Social Security. They don't care. They just wanted to have a ballot for them. They're willing to risk Americans' lives for a freaking vote. And this is what they're doing to their communities for that power. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm making light of it. We could, it's kind of what we got to do at times like this. But at the end of the day, this is sad. Like, this is our country. This is our neighbors putting up with this shit. And having to put up with this shit, and their governor doesn't even care and tells them it's their fault. Tells them that they're the problem if they complain that they don't want to live in this type of environment. That's sad. And you know what? I'm sorry. I am going to make a light of the bee. Because at the end of the day, she's acting like a freaking tampon. She's definitely ain't bleeding the same red, white, and blue blood we are. My BFF immigrated from Baghdad, Iraq, and even she said Oregon scares her more than her home country. Yeah. You know what? I hope those Antifa MFers, I hope they come out and play. I hope they come out and play with our military. I don't think they're going to like what they get, And I'm sorry that their parents didn't teach them any better. But if they're going to be messing around with our federal government or throwing Molotov cocktails at them, dude, you deserve to meet your maker. Period. You do that to anyone. You do this to any community. Any community. I'm sorry, this answer is going to be exactly the same. You fuck around, you find out. You know what? I'm not going to have pity on you. I'm not going to lose any sleep at night. The only people that are going to lose sleep at night are your mommy and daddy. And that's if you have them in your life, which I question some of the parents of these people. Okay? But that's it. None of us out here are going to give a damn. And when even the ones that have bleeding hearts might cry, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe those SOBs from ICE did this. But you know what? At the end of the day, they're going to sleep at night. You'll be a distant memory in 2 weeks. Nobody's going to care. All for what? All for what? To be violent? To feel like you had a dick? And you could piss further? I mean, what is this all about? Because our federal government's not going to be pulling out their, junk and playing games with you and seeing who can hit the bottle furthest. Okay? They're just going to, and you're done. You're done, son. So I hope people in Portland and the governor, the really shitty, the vile, bloody governor, Governor to Go-Tex. Go-Tex! Did you pull the string yet? Did your head pop out? I'm asking for the people from Florida and every place in between. Governor Kotex. Oh, I need to download this. I think I'm going to have a dancing tampon, and I think I'm going to upload it on TikTok. I think I might be able to get it go viral. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, anyways, Donald J. Trump, promise made, promise kept. If he can clean up Portland, Oregon, I absolutely believe he can wash the crap out of the United States. I truly believe he can cleanse the United States of pure evil. Lock them up. Let them have their day in court. But let's let people live in Portland again. Let's make Portland, Oregon great again. Let's make that tampon pop. Okay. You guys have a great night. The comedy show is over, but we're going to keep you guys abreast of what's going on in this country with all this political violence. And it's sad that it is going on in our country. This is not the country I envision for any of you, whether you're on the right, left, or anywhere else. I'm sorry, we believe in safety. That is the number one thing that I don't even care about infrastructure over safety. I want to know that our people, anybody in America, can walk down any city street and be safe. I feel like that is like a human right in America. And this is not the America any of us envision. So let's quit voting this crap in office. Let's get tampon after tampon after tampon after Kotex after Newsom out of office. Let's build our country back. Let's build it to something we can be proud of. This is nothing that any of us can be proud of. So you guys have an amazing night. God bless each and every one of you. We will see you soon tomorrow. Let's pray to God. I'm not talking about politics and violence anymore. Let's move on to a missing person or deceased person that needs help. And let's start getting back to our campaign of no violence. Our motto, our credo, right? No violence. We don't advocate for violence for any purpose, even political. Let's get back to sanity and instead of insanity. All right, guys. Let's vote all the tampons out of office and we'll make the country less bloody again. God bless.